Now in Tshwane, around the council, no closer to getting a mayor, but a motion of no confidence against the Speaker. The ATM's Mncedi Ndzwanana has now been adjourned again. Our senior political reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo in Tshwane for you in the council chamber there. Ziyanda, good afternoon to you. What's happened now?
Well, Stephen, you'll recall that a letter was sent to the Speaker last Friday asking for this motion of no confidence against him, and he seemingly did not respond. And so the multi-party coalition then sent a letter directly to the city manager, who then acceded to the request for today's meeting. Now, in a letter that was written by another councillor, Mr. Middleburg, he basically said that, the Speaker was not given enough time to actually go through the signatures, which would have been part of the 108, the 50 plus 1 that is needed for this particular meeting to be able to meet a quorum. So now we heard from the Speaker, Mncedi Ndzwanana, saying that he has a problem with about 10 signatures, and so the ANC and EFF have left the room. However, I'll ask my colleague Kevin to show you that the other councillors remain seated on the other side of the room, and somebody who will be talking to in just a short while is one Michael Beaumont from Action SA, and it would seem that he was on the phone making calls. Do you have the quorum to continue with this meeting? As the Speaker adjourned this meeting, he said the DA seems to want to have a meeting with him.
Well, I think there's two things. The multi-party coalition of which Action SA is a part has a majority, and it can produce a quorum because the voters of the city of Tshwane gave them that majority. The fact that there's been a vote-buying scheme to undermine that majority in the last few weeks is an altogether different matter. But yes, we are sticking around because actually this meeting wasn't meant to be chaired by the Speaker for two reasons. Firstly, it is unprecedented for a Speaker to chair a meeting which is hearing a motion of no confidence in himself. It is a conflict of interest in the clearest terms. But in addition to that, the Municipal Structures Act is quite clear that where a Speaker refuses to call a meeting, the municipal manager must call and chair that meeting. And the municipal manager should have chaired this meeting, and providing he can take the chair, there will be a legitimate meeting with a quorum that can continue with the business of the residents today.
You've been saying that basically this Speaker is in some ways a proxy of the ANC and the EFF. Would you say that him adjourning this meeting and wanting to even chair it is a confirmation of that? Yeah,
I think so. And it's the same as what happened last Wednesday. The city came together in a municipality that's been embarrassed by the political shenanigans of the last few weeks. People need services here, and this Speaker chose to unlawfully adjourn a meeting that was ready to have a mayor elected. And he did so because the ANC and EFF had lost their majority, and our multi-party coalition has the majority. And what you've seen today is yet another step of frustrating the majority by a minority in council, and it's a subversion of the democratic process. We stand ready to fight it in this chamber or in the courts if necessary, but it cannot be allowed to stand.
Plan of action for the rest of the afternoon, as you've said, you're planning to stay put. I can see there's some members caucusing there at the bottom. Have you met yet to discuss your plan of action?
Well, I think our teams met earlier today. We anticipated there'd be some level of drama. This particular version I don't think was quite anticipated, but we stand ready to deal with it. The decision is with the councillors on the ground, though. We're in close contact with them. We're here to support them. But if necessary, if we have to go to the courts of our country to ensure that a majority of voters translates into a majority in this House, that's what we will do.
All right, that's Michael Beaumont, Stephen, from Action SA, of course, saying that the councillors now are going to have a discussion about a way forward this afternoon. I'll once again ask my colleague Kevin Marobela to show you. You can see some councillors huddled in a corner, presumably discussing what should be done next going forward for the afternoon. So they say they've got the quorum for this particular meeting. There are 214 councillors here, 107 PR councillors, 107 ward councillors. And so with the 50 plus 1, it would mean that they would need 108 for that simple majority. So the numbers are quite tight, and perhaps that also explains this back and forth that we've been seeing here, Stephen. So that meeting is adjourned. DA requesting to meet with Mncedi Ndzwanana, and we'll see then whether or not this meeting will continue as scheduled.
Senior political reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo, thank you very much indeed. Well.